Hey guys, and welcome back to Doom. Last time you saw us, we were on our way down into what seems to be the Earth's core, but no, we're actually heading to Olivia Pierce's Lazarus Labs to find a certain artifact.
Yeah, there's the stone tablet that they were alluding to in the previous part. We're going to meet that in person, as well as everything else that goes on here, as this is a very, very long level, so we're going to be ready for a long one here, but there's going to be plenty of creatures great and small to destroy, so no shortage of things to do as the Doomguy. There'll be plenty to keep him entertained.
It's actually kind of cool, like for this playthrough, because I've been playing along as we record these parts, because with an FPS, you kind of need extra commentary going in. You can't just be like, oh, pew 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 pew, bang, oh, that gun looks cool. So I figured, you know what, I'll actually complete the game with the scary monsters, and yeah, Livy, you can just carry on ranting, because I'm talking here, this is my show, not yours. And yeah, Volk's not kidding when he says this one is long, and it has some bitch mother of a fucker hard sections in it as well.
Oh yes, but we're probably going to actually end up making those parts pretty easy, and that is mostly thanks to a rune that we will be finding in just a short while.
Oh.
They pretty much throw in probably the best rune in the game, and another rune that is incredibly useful if you have a tendency to die a lot.
Yeah, maybe I need to backtrack and get that rune then.
We will be seeing it soon enough. Anyway, these are the Lazarus Labs, which, if you are a humble employee of the UAC, you'll have received a personal message from Olivia Pierce, inviting you to and congratulating you in the highest echelons of their little cult-worshipping circle, I suppose.
Isn't it pronounced echelon, or am I just being a complete grammar demon right now?
Nah, you're probably right. You know me, I tend to pronounce things incorrectly.
Oh, it's pronounced dome! Oh, Jesus, I've been wrong all these years.
But yeah, it goes something like this. It goes, "Fellow disciple, this message has been sent to you in recognition to your service of the Lazarus Project. I am Olivia Pierce. You have been granted the highest level of clearance we allow in the Lazarus Project, and as such, you are expected to partake in all rituals, sacrifices, and vivisection programs, both demon and human, as requested, whether as a practitioner of the dark arts or as a patient of the cleansing, as we work tirelessly to open the gates of hell. Remember our mantra, the science will cleanse us."
Jesus.
And then from there it tells you all about the Helix Stone and how they must be how they must decode it in order to ascend into godhood.
Oh, that poor guy. I wonder if he knew he was going to be part of a puzzle in his death.
He's like, Mother always said I would amount to something. Didn't think I'd amount to anything intelligent. Well, I'm the linchpin of this puzzle. Who's laughing now?
Doing a bit of Arkham Asylum great shifting here.
Yeah, this is an entirely optional bit. You don't have to go through these grates. I believe there's a longer way around, but this is another way to get into that particular part. There is also, I think it's a ventilation shaft you can go through, and I think that's a secret area. Yeah, here we go, just over there. But you know me, when I find a route, I like to know which route is the best route to go towards. So I thought, this one seems good enough. I'll just stop here.
Oh, it's arena fight time!
Yes, the first of many. There are probably no less than 5 different arena fights in this here level.
Oh,
like I said, we weren't kidding when we said this one was long, and this one really tests you. I suppose it's to prepare you for the main course towards the end of a level without giving too much away.
Actually, I found this to be the easiest out of all of them. Granted, it is, like, right at the start of the level, but there's, like, so much room to, like, move about and just, like, make enemies' attacks hit geometry and whatnot, and you get out the way nice and sound.
Definitely has something to do with the sheer amount of balconies. They give you a lot of cover, and you can just take the high ground, pick out your targets carefully, and just make mincemeat out of everything that moves.
Mm-hmm.
The more high areas you have to explore in an arena, the easier it generally is, just because it's open plan, but you're not feeling confined. There's like plenty of areas to aim and shoot, as opposed to some of the other arenas that we've gone through, which have very much been kind of closed off walls and corridors kind of deal.
Yeah, very much so. Like, you're encouraged to actually be a bit of a monkey here and climb about and whatnot, which is a nice refreshing change of pace, just, you know, running upstairs and whatnot, going around towers and such.
This is the epitome of the primary school adventure playground. Just without the bark and lots of blood.
Ah, yes indeed.
So, this being level 9, and since you have been playing through alongside, what was your personal experience with this level?
It was decent up until I'd say roughly about 2/3 of the way through, where it took off the training wheels and decided to go to town on my rectum.
Ooh, that does not sound fun.
Not really, no.
It's not particularly this level. There is one level coming up at like the very, very end of Doom, which gave me a shite ton of problems. It was probably the most problematic level ever, but we'll get to that one later. As for this one, I wouldn't say it gave me a lot of trouble, but I was certainly getting a little fatigued the first time playing through, although the second time going through, for the sake of this playthrough, definitely not as rough of a time. Sure, it still took about as long, but I didn't feel nearly as tested. Now, whether that comes down to experience or whether we make use of the rune that we'll be getting in just a moment.
Keep rubbing that in my face. I never get the cool superpowers. Oh, Jesus. Become the Superman.
Yeah, if Superman were a rocket-launching skeleton, I suppose you are correct.
Nice job, Imp, I guess.
Imagine if you like go in for this Revenant program. Oh, I'm sorry, you need at least 2 years experience for this job role. It's just like, what? How do I get 2 years experience as a goddamn skeleton? It's just like, well, that could be arranged.
Just get really lucky on the karmic resurrection or reincarnation wheel, I suppose.
Well, it's not my fault I wasn't an extra in Walking Dead.
Nice.
Can't forget the Praetor token. I think I actually did press E and I just didn't pick it up for some reason. I was just like, excuse me, I pressed the button. Give me my goddamn chip.
Right, so where's this rune you've been yabbering on about?
That will be in just a moment, and it's through this here corridor. You'll probably kick yourself when you see it.
This is where things start to get a little bit spooky, actually, like fighting in the dark and whatnot.
There are some ill-lit areas, certainly, but the part that sort of gets me the most is to see all like the Kaku demons and whatnot just sort of floating around, minding their own business. It's like they know they've just like got free reign of this place. They just have like no fear at all of what's going on.
They will do, Volk. They will do.
If the Doomguy has anything to say about it. At this point, we pretty much have all of the main mods we need, but you know what? I like having extra mods just in case, but you know, we have the mobile turret. As far as I'm aware, that is the best chain gun mod out there. But some people might disagree.
Yeah, you're making me so jelly with all your upgrades and whatnot, because I haven't found like nearly the amount of Argent energy you have, none of these like Halo drones and whatnot.
Well, it kind of depends on how quickly you go through the game. If you're just a point A to point B person, then you'll get a fair amount of upgrades, but I would say you miss out on a lot of luxuries, so to speak. By which I mean, you're not necessarily stopped from like having the upgrades you need, but you don't really have a lot of spare just to mess around with the odd weapon that you don't really try very often.
Right.
But just going through the game normally, you definitely get a little bit more than enough, I would say, to help you through.
Oh, I just noticed they're wearing the UAC uniforms. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, you can tell we're at the point where we're at the center of this whole mess, so you got the fresh UAC blood going around as possessed.
Oh, Jesus, it's in here, isn't it? I was looking directly at these vents.
Not quite, although this is just me kind of exploring, because there's quite a lot of nooks and crannies in the former half of this particular level, but they don't really seem to lead anywhere extra. I would say, like, sure, you might get an extra piece of ammo and what have you, but for the most part, they're just detours, like a way to maybe avoid a few enemies here and there. There are some exceptions, of course, but...
Did you see that fucking guy, like, tuck and roll into the room?
I was half expecting just to do, like, the classic gymnast dismount and just, like, get both his arms out like that. It's like 9.8.
Sweet.
So we're now coming up to where the rune actually is. It's in that room just to the left of us.
Ah, okay.
So we need to find a way in, and it is through this here ventilation shaft.
Son of a bitch. I was walking all up and down this corridor.
Well, the thing is, you were probably walking on it and didn't even notice that you could actually force your way into it.
Yeah, that's totally on me, though. That's fine.
It's one of those things that are hidden in plain sight. So I can't entirely blame you, but it sort of reinforces the fact that you should be looking down as often as you're looking up and all around.
Alright, let's see what this does. Firing at standard weapons will not cost ammo when you have 100 armor or more. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is exactly what you think it is. As long as you have over 100 armor, all of your weapons have infinite ammo. Although the trouble is, the moment you go below 100 armor, then you're having to use ammo again like a pleb. However, if you get the upgraded version, you'll actually be able to get that benefit with only 75 armor.
Ooh.
And when you get all your upgrades, you end up with 150 armor in total that you can get maxed out. So as long as you maintain half your armor at that point, provided you got all the upgrades, you can basically just fire all of your weapons with impunity.
Man, no wonder they fear the Doomguy. Oh no, he has mods, he has cheats, guys!
It is incredibly cheaty. It's like pretty much as close to IDDQD as you're likely to get, which, of course, all of you classic Doom fans will know that is pretty much God mode. And whilst you won't be invincible, you will certainly feel like a god knowing that you could just chew through each and every enemy without worrying about your ammo.
We're seeing right here an enemy that actually hasn't popped up in the story yet.
Yeah, they come up a little bit later. These are Specters, I believe. And if you're wondering why they look familiar, it's because they're actually pretty much just invisible pinkies. And you may think they are a little more obvious than some of the other stealth units you might know of in video games, but in the heat of battle you don't tend to notice it unless you have eyes of a hawk.
Well, I've noticed they don't tend to drop them in the middle of like huge waves of enemies, just to give you a little bit of like leeway and preserve your sanity.
Now you may notice with the new rune that we just picked up, the way to upgrade it is that you have to max out your armor 12 times. Now there's an incredibly cheap way that you can do this, and there are some sections in the game where there's literally armor scraps sort of like littered across the line with enemies. And if you let the enemies like take little pea shots at you, just get your armor back down, and then just pick up one of those armor scraps, it will count as you maxing out. So basically you can just like get 5 or 6 ticks on that just by going, get shot, walk forward a bit, get shot, walk forward a bit. I didn't make use of it here, but it was something I literally just thought about as we were doing this commentary, so... If you want an easy way to get that upgraded rune, well, there you go.
Okay. The section I was referring to earlier is coming up very, very soon. How many times did you die to this arena fight, mate?
I'll be honest, none.
Fuck!
Sorry to disappoint you, but
that was so real and emotion-filled.
It's like you're literally comparing yourself as you come along. It's just like, ah, bugger me, and I thought I did good.
That was a penis. I saw the penis screw.
So, these, from what I can tell, is where the Revenant program actually takes place, and I'm willing to bet that those skeletons littered on the table are probably failed experiments.
That's gotta suck. Like, you sign up for like a lottery program with a guaranteed win, and you end up not winning somehow.
It must suck. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna become like this super cool demon. I'm gonna go up to the Doomguy and be like, hey, what's going on? Maybe shoot a few rockets at him, but no, you don't even get to do that.
Oh, I love how, what the fuck are these fat dudes called again?
They are Mancubus. Or Mancubi.
Mancubi, thank you. Pluralise that shit in this, the most hallowed of playthroughs. I love how even though they're like resistant to bullets and whatnot most of the time, quad damage just rips through them like damp sharpen.
Quad damage is indiscriminate. It doesn't care if you have immunity to bullets. It'll just go, no. I'm do 4 times more damage. That's just too much for you to handle.
Can I just say, again, I'm going to reiterate myself time and time again, the art design in this game is wonderful. Like, even though I'm shitting my pants at all these legions of hell coming towards me down in, like, a very tight space, like a corridor, I'm still appreciating their, like, visual style.
I mean, it's just attention to detail in general. Like, as you get deeper into the UAC labs, and you sort of start to see, as opposed to the miracles of science, you get to see the more perverse things that are going on behind the scenes. Like seeing the Mancubus strapped to like this operating table and things like that. Just stuff that just genuinely unsettles you. As sort of like you're used to the fact, oh look, they're harnessing hell energy. Ugh, they got this crazy demon like cut open and shit. What the hell? It really does help set the tone.
Man, you made that look so fucking easy.
Well, to be fair, for a little bit of that we did have infinite ammo, although it didn't really help here. As we go through this level and also during the next part, you'll get to see the infinite ammo come into play a lot more. It's just that with it being at 100 and with our maxed out armor being 100, it's very difficult to keep on top of that, because one glancing hit and you're pretty much back to square one. And the main idea that I had when it came to infinite ammo, and this alludes to a fact that I made previously where the chain gun was starting to become my favourite weapon. The chain gun with infinite ammo, I'm just going to call out right now, is probably the most broken piece of shit weapon in the entire game.
Even more than like the BFG?
Honestly, yes. Because the thing is, the BFG only has 3 shots, and by default, you feel like you need to conserve them. Whereas with an infinite ammo chain gun, you can just point it at anything that moves, kill it within a few seconds if you have the sort of like the weird sentry gun mod installed, that just chews through enemies like butter. It is incredibly good. Now, I was hoping I could use the chain gun here, but nope, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird set piece there. Like, they can come towards you before you're even through the door.
And of course he got a glancing blow, meaning no infinite ammo chain gun for me. But no threat, we'll get the chance to show it off properly pretty soon, but now is not that time. We gotta chew through these pinkies and all of these souped up marines first.
The Pinkies, they handed me my arse on a silver platter time and time again, but this is much more forgiving than the previous set piece.
It gives you quite a bit of room to move around here. Not enough to be comfortable, but at the very least you're not feeling too claustrophobic. There's a section in the next part where you really don't get any room at all and you gotta fight these things. It is hell on earth. Now, the idea is behind the pinkies, and this was alluded to in the comments, is that you are supposed to shoot them in the back. That is their determined weak point. But of course, you're not always in a position to be able to take advantage of that. So don't be afraid to just shoot knowing that it's not going to be that effective. It's better to do some damage than to wait for an opening that may not necessarily arrive.
Yep, and ooh. Another elevator, and they're just spoiling us. Oh?
Yeah. We weren't kidding when we said that this part was long. It actually requires a load-in for the second part.
Let's see how many takes of this demonic vision we can see. I saw it more than a few times. But then again, I was playing the console version, and Volk's playing the super duper fancy PC version.
Hey, I can't help the fact that I have an SSD, alright?
That came out meaner, more petty than I meant it to, really.
And you can tell that we're entering thus even deeper because the UAC spokesperson isn't even speaking English anymore.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to take a quick pee break here to sort through our Praetor upgrades. See what's left. Pretty much we got all the important stuff, so it's just a case of fancy extras as and when we want them.
I haven't actually upgraded much Praetor-wise, apart from, like, area scanning, so, you know, I have a fully fleshed out map, so I can, you know, find secrets when I want to, find my destination more easily, and so on.
You should not have allowed his location to be discovered.
Ah, it is the voice of the Hell God. And if you're wondering why his voice sounds familiar, it's because that he is also the voice that's on the stone tablets that give you the lore behind the Doomguy and his exploits in Hell.
Interesting.
Will be opened as planned.
Well, you know, if you deal with hell and demons, you should expect to stay after office hours. Don't know where I was going with that. I'm a bit off kilter right now. Volk, can you find some demons and kill them, please, so I can get back in the groove?
Well, I can't really find you some demons right now, but what I can do is find you a secret area.
Why?
I take it you didn't find this.
No, I fucking didn't!
Wait, how did you miss this one? It's literally nearly in the middle of the room. It's okay. I know what will cheer you up. A good old light-hearted minigame.
A good old-fashioned round of killing Goku.
Okay, maybe not that. Well, Jiren's he's kind of preoccupied with Jiren right now, but
Oh, this is amazing! What's going on?
If you access the computer here, you'll get this crazy sort of match-free game going on there.
Oh, it's Tetris Attack!
Yeah, it is pretty much Tetris Attack, but with Doom assets and exploding barrels. Now, I will also take this opportunity to mention that in Part 8, I did actually miss another minigame, where if you look behind some crates, there's actually an arcade machine with the game Chicken Puncher, where it's literally just Doomguy punching a chicken over and over again and getting points for it.
Oh, I thought you said chicken puncture, then.
No. It's Chicken Puncher. You literally punch a chicken until it explodes. Or is it a turkey? I don't actually know. The point is, you punch a bird until it dies, and then it gives you another one, and then you punch it again. It's very primitive, but it's a neat little distraction from killing the actual demon hordes, I suppose.
This seems pretty fun. I assume there's a point to it?
Kind of. It's mostly just a neat little distraction, but when you actually get enough points, you'll be taken to your score screen, and a lot of these scores actually do allude to various dates and what have you regarding this game. I believe some of them are like release dates for the original Doom, or maybe when the first time Doom 2016 was announced. You know, little neat Easter eggs like that. I mean, if you pause it and take a look, you might be able to notice a few dates in the comments, but that thing over there, I'm pretty sure is from Doom 3, and I think it's that relic that you use to eventually fell the Cyber Demon in Doom 3.
I did notice the name at the top of the leaderboard, the date anyway. It said id, but it also said the 10th of December, 1993, which, if you'll allow me to click on over to Google, is actually when the very first Doom game was released, so yeah. I wonder if there's any other references here. Let me have a little look, see. The bottom of the leaderboard, Tenacious Diaz, or Tenacious D, if you want. Shell Vomit, just a bunch of sixes, I guess. RLG 9000, no idea what that means. Yeah, I think the only, like, proper date, besides Olivia Pierce's, is the original Doom. What a cool little extra. I had to laugh when I saw Olivia Pierce on there, though. I mean, it is in her office, so I guess she's just, you know, she's got to take a break from time to time. We got to get a Tetris Attack playthrough on the channel. I love that shit.
That could be a fun idea. I don't have much experience with it, but I imagine with Puyo Tetris going on right now on your side of the woods, you're probably feeling the puzzling urge something fierce right now.
Oh yeah, I'm actually playing one of the quick look games offline. That's right, I'm getting enjoyment from you guys' support. Grammar is just not with me today, I apologise. Kill them!
Oh yeah, here we go. This is where you start to see the infinite ammo chain gun really come into effect, because we got a little bit more armor now, so even if we get hit a couple of times, it really doesn't matter. I just love how I don't even have to care about ammo anymore. I just shoot everything, and usually it dies so quick that I don't have to worry about taking damage either.
I have to be honest, when I came in here like the first time, I was expecting like guys to pop up, but I thought those arms rotating on the ceiling were like enemies or imps just scattered around, like waiting to drop down on you.
Oh, were you thinking like in the Argent Tower where there's like a lot more going up?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think I had a similar thing the first time before. I would imagine, since we have been going down, I thought maybe there'd be stuff further down that like opened up midway through, but thankfully that doesn't happen until the end of this arena, so... Good news for us, I suppose, although we still need to take care of what's on our present floor.
For sure. Good old Mancubus. Well, I'll just be running in the opposite direction if you don't mind.
Just pot shot him with our Gauss cannon. Because that is the way we do things with the Mancubi. You know I love to snipe those dudes. Not even give them a chance to get a foot in.
And you got the uranium coating upgrade, so you can blast through multiple enemies.
Oh yes, that does come in handy later on, absolutely. Because they do tend to just throw a lot of things in a corridor, and just being able to deploy the Gauss cannon and just chew through a lot of them at once. So handy. Although we do have infinite ammo, so it may not be nearly as big of a deal, seeing as you probably just do the same thing with the chain gun now, but the Gauss cannon has a certain flair to it. It has just the right mix of pizzazz and firepower, whereas the chain gun is more of a get down to business, no frills kind of thing.
Defeat the demons, defeat the Huns. Now all of hell knows you're here.
Lockdown disengaged.
There we go. Now we get our reward of being able to go further down. And this is where the majority of the culty goings-on happens. You know, they have all the labs and such, but then you sort of like have this secret wine cellar that leads into like their own personal church.
Ooh, nasty.
Oh, you better believe it.
Not really digging the decor in here.
Oh, you know, when you're dealing with hell, you're a little bit limited in the set pieces you can go for here. It's either red, black, or just blood and candles, you know. There's no room for, like, pastel colours or anything to kind of help bring some light into the room.
Pictured people making a sacrifice so they could get Smash 5.
Well, it worked, kind of.
You didn't die in vain, man on floor 2.
We salute you. Because of you, we get more Smash.
The final boss is just going to be like Sakurai on a wall speaking backwards.
It's actually Sakurai's head in the icon of sin. And the retro secret's actually in here. It did take me a while to find it, so I had to do a bit of a fade in there just to kind of help blend things together.
Now when Tom gets to be smug, because I found this just fine.
I have to admit this one did take me a while. I was expecting it to be near the beginning of the room, but no, it's in the end of a room. I just kept running around like a numpty for about 10 minutes trying to figure out, where's this damn lever?
What are you like?
Well, I guess even though I can't really see things in plain sight, at least I can kill demons plenty fine.
Is there meant to be anything in here? Because,
I did actually think about this, and I thought maybe there might have been a secret wall or something that you could press to, like, open up something. But I think that's just the nature of these secret rooms. Sometimes they do contain nifty little things to help you immediately, but I think with some of them, they're just there literally to act as set pieces for whatever level they happen to be representing.
Okay, that's fine. Sometimes just finding the secret room is a reward in and of itself.
Oh yeah, especially with some of the ones where you have to literally go halfway across the level, press a switch, and then go back on yourself just to find it. The one in Stage 8 I think is probably one of the hardest ones, just because that jump is so damn precise. But you do feel very rewarded when you do make it.
Just saw the Diamond Authority logo back there. Alright, time to get some laser destroying things up.
I didn't actually notice that, so it's a good thing you pointed it out. I would have missed that.
Here we go, here's the battling in the dark section. I think.
Kind of. I mean, you do get to chain gun people's legs off in the dark, so I suppose that counts.
Oh, I need to go back and get this rune, I'm missing out.
Oh, you really are. It is so good. It is literally the most powerful rune in the game. Especially so when you supplement it with the ammo when you get the extra armor and glory kills. Even if you lose your infinite ammo bonus, it's easy enough just to get it back with a couple of glory kills. It's great.
Oh, here you go, just the straight modern FPS's .gif.
Corridor Fighter 13.
You know what I want to cover on the channel at some point? Bioshock Infinite. I actually kind of like that.
I haven't actually had much experience with that. I played a little bit of Bioshock 1, but it never really gripped me in the same way as some of those other adventure FPS games kind of did. I suppose I was kind of into Borderlands things, and I kind of appreciated that it took a more lighter-hearted approach to FPS RPG gaming.
The course of mankind. On this day, we make our contribution to their cause. Our salvation lies with them.
And the guy's like, oh, what the fuck have I signed up for?
Ranger sanctum for this reason. I know she was weak.
Ooh, shots fired.
Risks. And I
Already talking smack on ex-employees.
risks.
Well, you don't know. If she only disappeared into a hell portal, she could have survived.
Be the only thing.
Yeah, I would wager that at least that exoskeleton might be good for something. How do I get indoor? Oh wait, I forgot to press the switch.
There you go.
You just hear a flush sound in the background.
Oh Oh, Jesus. If Game Grumps got this far in their Doom LP, I actually forget which bit they got to. You could probably place good money on there being a toilet flushing sound effect, though.
You know, if I knew, like, what my restrictions were in terms of editing, I would probably do that.
Well, I mean, you don't really have any restrictions, per se. It's just that I prefer to just keep it to the game, really, first and foremost.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of the way I figure it as well. But, you know, at least we make the references. That's the important thing. You can use your imagination to do the rest.
We're a bunch of fucking hack frauds.
Oh, but it's so fun.
Really, why did the imps even bother turning up at this point?
They are cheerleaders that occasionally get a nibble at you at this point.
Tastes like Doomguy.
Oh, it's like at the point where the imps are just getting absolutely slaughtered and they make competitions among themselves to keep the morale up. Who can take a chunk out of the Doomguy before they inevitably perish?
Wouldn't really get a chance to reap the benefits of the reward for that, would they?
Instead of the Deadpool, they just have the Bite Pool. And just like they have the teeth of everybody who managed to take a chunk out of the Doomguy before dying. And this is the actual last rune that you'll find in the game if you've been collecting them all up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, like I said, it's one of those ones that kind of just helps when you die. This is the saving throw. You get one chance to survive a death blow and recover health. However, it's only once. If you're brought rather close to death again, you're brown bread. Like, there's no way around it.
Okay. I mean, it would be kind of broken if you could like survive a death blow, fill up your health, and then like have it happen again.
Yeah, I mean, a long cooldown might have been okay as well, but then you'd probably just be in a situation where people with it will just literally just like go off to the bog or something for 10 minutes and come back before continuing. So I suppose maybe they wanted to deter that. But the saving throw itself is very nice, because not only does it obviously give you a second chance of life, but you also get a period of time where everything goes into slow motion, and you have time to actually carefully assess the area around you and see who's the most urgent threats that you need to kill immediately.
Ah, Doom time. Doom instinct.
Doom instinct, I like it.
Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm gonna nerd out for a second here. Imagine Doomguy with white glowing armor and the aura.
Oh, that does give me some happies. Although, I don't know, we'll be getting into like Ultra Instinct Shaggy territory at that point, so probably let's leave that one alone.
Like zoinks, Jiren, I'm gonna bop you.
Oh, I love memes.
Shaggy Rojo and Shaggy Bird.
Like, what the hell were they actually thinking? That's what
I don't know, man, but the Latin fan base adores Dragon Ball Z. Like, you think we'd like it? No, my friend. They've got places that are doing, like, public screenings. I think there's one place that's offering, like, I think it's either, like, a gentleman's club or a strip club, offering free lap dances if Goku wins, and, yeah, let's just say that might be a little bit rigged.
Possibly. They may not genuinely know, but then again, you don't make a bet like that without knowing that the house is safe, really.
Alright, here we go. I believe this is either the last of these or the second to last. Shit is about to pop off. There you go. I got my pop-off quota in.
Just to let you know, this is indeed the last arena. And what an arena it is! Look at this place! Just all sorts of cool things to jump off of, go under, and pretty much every power-up under the sun also lives here. It's great.
Oh, come on now. Quad damage, infinite ammo, chain gun.
You thought the BFG was scary. That's pretty much all I got. It's just... This is the most powerful weapon in the game. This with quad damage is just like, I'll just keep shooting and you'll just keep dying. How's that?
I think I actually did okay in this one, because it's like you said, there's tons of room to maneuver here, so I was just like bopping to and fro between the different levels of elevation.
There's probably not as much kind of balconies as in the first arena, but it makes up for it for the sheer amount of little like tunnels and cubby holes you can kind of hole yourself into and just do what I'm doing here. Just keep firing the chain gun in this straight line and just kill everything that gets in your way.
We are men shooting guns!
This is pretty much my John Rambo moment right here.
Oh my god, there was another Mancubus behind the first one.
I know, if I'd aimed my BFG just slightly to the left or something like that, I probably would have got them both, but no. The other Mancubus tanked that shit like a boss and took the hit for his dear brother, who died 5 seconds later.
Well, at least he got to mourn.
Could you really mourn in 5 seconds time? Because you need to take time to actually process what's happened as well, don't forget.
Well, no, it's just a single tear. Oh, something really fucking cool's coming up.
Oh, yes. Our good old friend, the Cyber Demon, is soon upon us.
Oh god almighty, yes, this was so fucking hype when I played it.
I was kind of in two minds about it the first time I was playing through the game. I was a little bit disappointed that it was kind of a one-off, but at the same time I feel like it helps demonstrate the sheer majesty of the Cyber Demon. It's not like those alternate Doom 2 levels where you just go, oh, here's a room with like 5 Cyber Demons and a whole bunch of Mancubi, have fun sort of deal.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
They actually gave the Cyber Demon the appreciation it deserved, and it didn't take me long to kind of convert my thoughts into, oh, I wish there were more Cyber Demons too. You know what? That's actually okay.
Oh, is this the only Cyber Demon in the game?
Yes, it is. I can say that just right off the bat. It is pretty much the only Cyber Demon left. There isn't the only boss in the game.
Okay, cool.
There's actually 3 bosses, so this will be the first, and then you'll have another one which is entirely unique to the game, and then there's another familiar face towards the end.
Interesting. Oh my god, holy shit!
Yeah, unfortunately my monster hunting skills ain't going to be much for bringing this thing down. We're just going to have to go for good old-fashioned hardware.
I don't know if this was intentional, but it kind of looks like he's wearing, like, a suit himself.
You know what? You raise a very good point there. Like, it could well be this was, like, not so much Doomguy himself, but, like, another Marine, maybe from the same corps or something.
Or, like, Hell's answer to Doomguy.
Quite possibly, that too. Maybe they just fashioned the armor in a similar way. Alright, so the BFG does 2 things here. Apart from doing immense amounts of damage, it also does stun the Cyber Demon for a while, giving you a few free shots with whatever else you just happen to be packing at the time.
Oh god.
Yeah, that one's a little bit hard to avoid, especially when you're deployed with the chain gun. This is actually a good time to bring up something about the BFG 9000, where I'm not sure if this was fixed in a patch later down the line, but what you used to be able to do is you could take the BFG 9000, aim it so that basically you just pummel the thing with the little lightning bolts that scatter from the orb. And if you turn on the weapon wheel, it actually slows down time. But the way the BFG 9000 works is that it shoots off lightning bolts at a predetermined point, and those aren't actually slowed down.
Huh.
So if you actually do that, you can actually slow down the orb so it's hovering above a very, very specific locale, and it'll just constantly spit out lightning bolts, and it was a really good way to cheese bosses like the Cyber Demon.
Look at this though, round 2 with the Cyber Demon in Hell. I actually was not expecting this. I haven't read up on spoilers of the game at all, so I'm a little bit disappointed you spoiled that there's going to be no more fights with this guy, but I'll live, because it makes it all the more iconic.
It really does. I was, like I said, I was in 2 minds about it, but by the time the game was over, and I had a chance to kind of reflect, I just thought, yeah, this makes sense. I'm not disappointed. Although it would be nice if maybe they had some challenge levels and like maybe made it so you had to fight 2 of these guys in the same area or something. That would have been quite nice, but you know, figures can't be choosers. I'm just glad the Cyber Demon was even here at all and that they gave him such a good presentation overall.
But Tom, this guy has shockwaves. Don't you hate shockwaves? Well, yes, but these ones are actually kind of fun to dodge.
Yeah, it gets your acrobatics on, you know, make sure that you remember what the crouch button is.
Whoa! Da 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 da.
And we even managed to get the killing blow with that as well. I was quite happy with that.
Oh, beautiful, mate, beautiful. What a way to end. You know, an admittedly hard level, but a fun one all the same. I think the next level's actually more fun, though.
I will agree. Not only is it shorter, but the actual action sequences are a lot more focused. And there's one particular bit in that part which I am very, very fond of. But you'll have to wait. Oh yes, here we go. All the combat, all the secrets, all the drones!
Oh, well, you didn't get all the secrets, but alas, this is the end of part 9, so I guess you guys can come back next time when we'll be bopping through hell once more in the Doom 2016 playthrough. See you then.